Your boyish reassurance is not hard. Reassuring, and I need it. And all of my devotion turns violent if you go to her. Don't expect to come home to me. To me. I can't get you off my mind. I can't get you off in general. Here we are, we're just two losers. I want you and you want something more beautiful. Lack of inhibition works wonders in revealing every demon. And all this confrontation, this suffering, what do you want from me? If you don't like how I look, then leave. I can't get you off my mind. You can't get yours off the hostess. Watched her lips reserving tables as my ugly mouth kept running. Love me. Love me.
There's this thing surrounding Japanese breakfasts being from a Korean background.
Yeah.
Is that funny, or is it politically that you do it?
It wasn't really like a political thing. I mean, maybe everything is political in some way, but I didn't realize, honestly, Japanese breakfast was never supposed to be my main project. It was kind of just happened to out of necessity. I was in another band and we had to go on hiatus because my mom got sick and I moved to Oregon, and I really just started it as a solo project to express myself, and didn't expect anyone to listen to my last album at all. And surprisingly, I thought that was my last album. It ended up being the album that did really well. So I think that the reasoning behind that name was just I wanted something that felt so inherently American, like such an American word to me as the word breakfast. Because growing up, in a Korean household, I just didn't, what that American breakfast was not really a staple for me. I honestly feel like very uncomfortable and unsettled if I have an American breakfast. And then I think as an American, the word Japanese just feels foreign, like conveys foreignness and something exotic. And so by combining the two words, I felt like I was sort of juxtaposing those two things together. And that was kind of how I felt like my upbringing was in general, being half Korean and half American. And but yeah, I think that it also just felt like an intriguing thing, that people would hear the word Japanese breakfast and wonder what do the Japanese eat for breakfast, and look into it, and it's kind of, it looks very charming, and it's very nice food, and there's something very like gentle about it.
What do
So
Koreans eat for breakfast?
for Koreans, it's like a way less gentle food. You know, it's like really like stinky like soybean, like a lot of fermented soups and rice, and it's somewhat similar, but just I think that Korean food's a little bit more pungent, more like garlic, more spices, more like savory, whereas like Japanese food is a little bit sweeter. It's kind of like the band. This house is full of women playing guitar, cooking breakfast, sharing trauma, doing dishes. And where are you? What if one day I don't know you? What if one day you leave? And all confused as I in time zone changes, change what's left of you and me. Maybe it's all the drinks you're buying. I was feeling like a kid, spying on the hidden porn store cameras, waiting on your graveyard shift. And now you're out in California. It's like you always said you'd be. And did you ever even love her? Was it rooted in companionship and timing? Well, I'm not the one I was then. My life was folded up in half. I guess I owe it to the timing of companions. I survived the year at all, at all, at all.
What made you decide to play music?
I think everyone decided for me that I shouldn't play music, and I kind of went against them for a very long time. My mother wouldn't let me buy a guitar until I was 16. I think I'd been asking for 3 years, but I had taken piano lessons since I was 5, so I had a musical background. But it's so strange, especially with Asian parents. They always force you into an instrument, but they never want you to get creative with it. And so I really wanted to play guitar. I knew some kids in high school who played the guitar, and I really, really begged for one. And eventually, after like 3 years of begging, she finally relented, and I bought a $100 Yamaha acoustic guitar from Costco, and it sounded so bad. But yeah, I really I started taking guitar lessons for a brief period of time, and pretty much as soon as I learned my first 3 or 4 chords, I was writing my first songs, and it just came very naturally to me, and I just really enjoyed working within that medium and that particular kind of format of like a pop song. And yeah, I spent many years playing in bands and kind of, being told that it was a phase or that it wasn't really realistic. I have some friends now, that a lot of friends who, went to Berklee School of Music and have like composition backgrounds or musical backgrounds. And I'm always so envious of them, because it was like something that I felt, very, very barred from access to. And, just being a woman in music is not really something that's like encouraged from a young age. And especially in my culture, it was not really encouraged. It was kind of treated as very much a phase. So I felt like I was going to grow out of it at some point because it was sort of expected of me, but it kind of just kept coming back. And I think in some ways I needed that, those 10 years of being told that I wasn't allowed to do it to realize that it was what was really for me, because I just kept going back to it no matter what happened. Try not to get so righteous about what's fair for everyone. Find what's left in you. Channel something good. Try your best to slowly withdraw from the darkest impulses of your heart. Try your best to feel and receive. Your body is a blade that cuts a path from day to day. Calling it off, our hopes of trying. What's the space if you're not here? Emptied the house and staged it for buying. Wave goodbye to all your things. Try your best to slowly withdraw. Try your best to slowly withdraw. Your body is a blade that moves while your brain is writhing. Knuckled under pain, you moan, but your blood is flowing.
Do people ask you often about the North and the South Korean situation?
No, not really. I mean, not in interviews. No, not really. I think that especially right now, things are very tense because North Korea is so insane, and yeah.
Well, being American, do you like to think about a subject like that, about the origin of your parents or your ancestors?
Yeah, I
Situation?
mean, it's interesting. I think that I didn't really understand it for a long time, and I don't know if other people know this, but South Korea is it's quite sad. They don't hate the North Koreans. They feel like their families were taken away from them, and that they feel they really would like to see the reunification of Korea, but the political situation there is really, really awful. I mean, I read something about just how horrible, how brutal it is, and it's really scary, and especially right now, it's very, very frightening. But yeah, I mean, I worry about my family, and I mean, it seems like really I have great concern for every country right now, so it's kind of exhausting to even focus on one. Don't you know it's always been this way? I look to you through the work week. 'cause he loves me like a slot machine. From the valley of loose women in the cruel light of morning, call out my name like something from the bottom of the well. Oh, how I need it, how I cling to your sleeves that like lacerated cells. But in the night I am someone else. Don't you know it's always been the same? A pure woman's hard to find to come by these days. And I know the looks of virgin scorn, and I know the rule I'm meant to play, the role of the woman who will spend her life longing. Call out my name like something from the bottom of the well. Oh, how I need, how I cling to your sleeves that are fucked beyond repair. But in the night I am someone else. Yes, in the night